When I was growing up, if you'd have told me that I was going to be recording a video in a pool on vacation about how I bought $40 million worth of real estate without using a dime of my own money by the age of 34, I would have thought you were lying. My name is Sam and I've been investing in real estate for about 8 years. It started off as a side hustle for me, and then eventually it became my full-time gig, and then eventually it became financial freedom. I'd like to walk you through that journey, show you some high points, maybe even a few low points, and give you some takeaways so that if you want to walk that same path, you can do it maybe just a little bit more efficiently. When you hear me say I own a rental portfolio worth $40 million and that I own a house buying company that's going to flip 300 houses this year, you may think I grew up super wealthy or with a silver spoon in my mouth, but that is the furthest thing from the truth. In fact, I grew up pretty normal. My mom was a teacher, my dad was an engineer, I grew up in the Midwest. I didn't really want for anything, but we didn't have a ton of extra money. We were pretty frugal and we saved a lot. Went out to eat maybe once a month. So we lived below our means for sure. My mom and dad are extremely hard workers and that is still in me today. However, neither of them are very entrepreneurial, so I didn't really even have that to look up to as I was growing up. I was headed down that societal conveyor belt of going to school, getting a good job, putting money in your 401k, living frugally, investing a little, and retiring at 65 when you're probably too old to enjoy it. I was on that path. However, something inside me wanted more. I wanted to impact people, I wanted to impact my family, and I wanted to create something that lasts. And that's pretty tough to do working a W-2 job for somebody else, punching a clock every single day. So I started to invest in real estate on the side with my best friend, Lucas. We started to buy a few rental properties while we had full-time jobs and started to kind of build upon that. And we got a sneak peek at the power that real estate can provide you. After I graduated college, I got a full-time job and started investing in this side hustle real estate. Remember when I said I was about as normal as it gets? Well, my real estate investing career is just that. I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which most investors read, and it's kind of the thing that changes most people's mindset. Well, it did for me. A few years after I graduated college, while I was working that full-time job, I read the book and started talking about investing in real estate with my best friend, Lucas. In about 2015 timeframe, we got our first property under contract to purchase a rental property. We didn't know anything about the BRRRR method or about refinancing. We didn't know anything except you could buy a house, fix it up, sell it, take some of that money and put that money down on a rental property, putting 20% down on a property that's already fixed up. That's all we knew. But as we got connected with the local community and as we started to dig in a little bit more, we saw the extreme possibilities that real estate could provide. And by about 2016-17, we had a handful of rentals, we did a couple of flips and a couple of wholesales, and we were itching to get started full time to see what we could actually do if we could dedicate 50 to 60 hours a week in real estate as opposed to maybe 5 or 10 on the side. And then in 2018, the time had come to make that leap. I wasn't quite ready, but Lucas was. So he quit his job actually at the end of 2017 to go full-time into real estate. It took a little bit more convincing for me because I liked my job and it paid me very, very, very well. However, in spring of 2018, I took that jump and quit that job that was paying me $250,000 a year in St. Louis, which is a lot of money anywhere, but especially in St. Louis. I took the leap and went full-time into real estate and really dug my heels in. And the things that Lucas and I have been able to accomplish in the past 4 years, which I'll talk about more in a minute, have set ourselves up and our families up for generations to come. And we're literally impacting thousands of people every single year in a positive way and have plans to impact millions. You're not going to get that work in a W-2 job for somebody else. As I kind of talked about earlier, as I'm sitting here on the swing on an Airbnb down in Florida, which I paid for a ginormous house, and we invited our friends and our family to come down to join us, which is a pretty cool little thing to do if you have the money to do it, which real estate has provided for me. As I'm sitting here, I have over a $40 million rental portfolio. I've bought using a dime of my own money. That house buying company is going to flip over 300 houses this year. And we have a nonprofit we recently started that is impacting people's lives positively and helping raise mental health awareness. Now, my path is different than anybody else's. Nobody's gonna walk the exact same path as me. However, I think I did it in a pretty calculated, smart way. I didn't just jump in with no safety net. I had a strategical plan to do it. So let's talk about the 3 things that I think you should do if you want to start to walk towards the path of financial freedom, and if you're willing to invest in yourself and take that chance to be your own boss so you can do what you want, when you want, how you want, with nobody else telling you you can't do something, or not looking at a price tag or making decisions based on numbers or how much is in your checking account. I make decisions now based upon if I want to do that thing or not based on can I afford it or not. Number 1, and I hate to sound woo-woo, but you have to have the positive mindset and you have to believe in yourself that you can in fact accomplish greatness. I didn't really believe that till honestly just a few years ago. I thought what I was doing was good, but I was so in the moment, I don't think I truly believed that I was able to accomplish significant things that could impact hundreds and thousands and eventually millions of people. The minute I realized that I could do that and I believed in myself is the minute I started to really make that impact. I have over 2 million followers on social media, and I do it all on this darn phone that I'm talking to you on. I have done a lot and impacted a lot, and the minute it really started to expand and explode was the minute I got the mindset that if I put myself out there and if I am positive and genuine and honestly want to help people, that everything will work out, and it has. The minute I stopped worrying about how much money I was going to make and I started worrying more about helping people and providing solutions to people is literally almost to the minute that I started to make more money than honestly I really knew what to do with. If you look at the end first and have a positive mindset, and you have a mindset of abundance, that you don't have to step over people, that you can bring people along with you, and that you can help people, and that there are win-win situations, is the minute your life will change. Step number 2 is you have to get involved with your local community. You have to join your local real estate investing Facebook group. You have to join your local real estate investing meetups. You have to meet people in your market. You cannot do this alone. Do not be naive. Do not be cocky. You have to have other people, and you have to have other people that have experience in your life. You're going to glean from them through osmosis. They're going to actually help you do things. They're going to connect you with people. So join your local Facebook groups and meetups. You're going to meet contractors, and you're going to meet hard money lenders and private money lenders, and people to buy houses from, and wholesalers, and people to sell houses to, and bankers and insurance agents. And I could go on and on and on, but you need to connect with other people. And that's okay if it's not really your personality. You don't have to be the center of the room, but go talk to other people, go connect. You'll be amazed at how quick you can up your Rolodex, which will in turn up your net worth and your income just by talking to people that are out there in the industry that are willing to help. Number 3, and it kind of goes along with the second one about community, but it's getting some type of next level coaching. I don't know one successful person, whether it's business or whether it's real estate, that is successful that doesn't have a coach or somebody else giving them some of their guidance or giving them some of their support or financial advice. Whatever it is, leaning on somebody that's already been there is ginormously important if you want to take that next level and get to that financial freedom level or that more control level, whatever level you want. You need to get somebody else that's been there or that knows the ropes if you want to do it realistically, efficiently in the next several years or less. Figuring it out on your own is going to take time and energy and mistakes and extra unneeded and unnecessary effort. Paying a little bit of money, God forbid, or even getting it for free, but paying a little bit of money for somebody to help you get to where you want to go in half or a third of the time with less headaches is so worth it. And people that aren't willing to do that are usually just naive, or they're too cocky, or whatever they are usually not the successful ones at the end of the day. Those that are willing and understand the importance and the capabilities of somebody else's knowledge and their impact on you are usually the successful people. Bonus tip is taking action. And that may sound like, duh, take action. You have to take action to be successful. But this is usually the hardest part for people. I can't tell you how many people actually spend money on my mentorship, which if used correctly can change your life. But so many people spend money on it, but never end up actually taking action, even though I give them unlimited resources and unlimited networking and willing to fund their deals. I give them everything that they need. They're still not willing to take action. And there's even more people by a lot that never take the time to hire a mentor and just think about it and talk about it and feel good about themselves that they thought about it and, you know, were willing to maybe take action. But just getting off your butt and having the stones, whatever it is, to go out and take action, be willing to be vulnerable, be willing to make mistakes, those are the people that are successful. And that's that kind of missing link that a lot of people just don't have and aren't willing to get uncomfortable or be vulnerable or possibly, you know, fail, or not possibly, 100% you will fail to some extent. People don't want to fail a little bit, you know, before they're successful. They don't want to fail at all. So that's why they're not successful. So this has been the driver in my real estate, in my job before I was in real estate, in the social media thing that I'm doing, is being uncomfortable and pushing yourself and just doing it and figuring it out on the fly. That's the secret sauce. All right, my goal was to just hopefully show you that, you know, I'm nothing special, and the things that I've done, while I feel like I'm just getting started, are pretty impactful, and they've created a lot of freedom and happiness in my life. So I feel like if this video can at least help you see that that's possible for you, whether you take my advice or not, whether you know, go down the same path or a different path, just the fact that I'm showing you that it's possible for normal people to do, you know, pretty cool things, hopefully that at least kind of strikes home in this video. So see you on the next one.